Welcome to the English News of Binh Phuoc Radio, television station and newspaper. I'm Ngọc Thị. Now take a look at the hour's top story as usual. Binh Phuoc sets up 900 technology support groups. Binh Phuoc SaaS surged 23.26% in the first half of this year. PM underlines need to optimize resources from the state-owned enterprises. Member of European Parliament highly values Vietnam's stature. Ladies and gentlemen, digital transformations must begin with people who must be considered as the centers and beneficiaries of the technological application. Therefore, to help people as digital technology take hold, Binh Phuoc's province has started more than 900 technology support groups.
The province is home to 111 support groups at the communal level comprising 1,080 members and 845 groups in hamlets with 5,426 members. The groups aim to mobilize collective power, stay close to the people, and assist the steering board with digital transformation at all levels. To help the groups engage in digital transformations in energy aspect of life and contribute to the building of digital government and the development of the digital economy and society, relevant agencies have arranged training courses and updated information from members of the support groups. The training has enabled them to determine the functions of applications such as VNeID and Binh Phuoc Today, along with the National Public Service Portal and the Province Portal.
Binh Phuoc's economic grew 6.91% in the first half of this year, ranked second in the southern regions and 35th nationwide. The research reviewed the province's efforts in the implementation of Resolution number 11, dated January 30, 2022, from the government regarding the socio-economic recovery and development program.
The province index of industrial production reached a year-on-year surge of 23.27% in the first half. It attracted 5.47 trillion Vietnamese đồng in domestic investment, up 2.8% year-on-year and hitting 54.7% of the annual plan. Some 650 new enterprises were established in the period, with registered capital totaling 8.34 trillion Vietnamese đồng, up 5.9% in number, and reaching 60% of the plan. Export revenue was estimated at $1.95 billion in the period, for a year-on-year surge of 23.26% and representing 50.74% of the plan. Trade and services activities brought a signs of recovery in the new normal. Total revenue from the retail sales of goods and services were estimated at 29.59 trillion Vietnamese đồng, up 6.98% against the same period last year and hitting 52.84% of the annual plan. Binh Phuoc also created 24,900 new jobs, or 64.03% of the plan.
Binh Phuoc province has set up a security cameras network to ensure security and traffic safety throughout the province, which also boosts crime prevention efforts.
The installation of a traffic monitoring network aims to ensure security and crime prevention. It also helps regulate traffic and timely detect and handle violations in the province. According to the Traffic Monitoring Center of Binh Phuoc Police, 62 security cameras have been installed in 30 locations, including 80 monitoring vehicle speed. The camera network also provides traffic police with photos of vehicles. People are more likely to comply with traffic regulations along roads where cameras have been installed.
It's necessary to promote the leading roles of state-owned enterprises in farming as expanding productions, supplies and value chains. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính stated during a working session with the Party Committee of the Central Enterprises Bloc in Hanoi on July 12th.
The Prime Minister described the state-owned enterprises as an important material force of the economy and hailed the strong performance of the businesses, especially during COVID-19 period. He affirmed the party organization of the Central Enterprises Bloc is a key force of the state-owned enterprises in their restructuring, especially in optimizing their resources at some $423 billion. Pointing to a number of current shortcomings of state-owned enterprises, Prime Minister Ching asked the party committee of the Central Enterprises Bloc to continue to renovate party leadership and principles while speeding up the restructuring, reshuffling, and renovation of state-owned enterprises. At the same time, it's necessary to optimize resources in capital, land, trademark, tradition, and history of the enterprises, while closely managing state capital and property in line with the law, the government leader stressed. The Central Enterprises Bloc comprises 9 economic groups, 20 corporations, 6 banks, 1 state-run financial institution, and a total of 930 affiliated enterprises.
The 13th sessions of the National Assembly Standing Committee concluded on July 12th after 1.5 days of working.
National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ affirmed that the session's contents were considered truly and won high consensus of the full-time deputies. During this session, the National Assembly Standing Committee discussed and made decisions on the general purpose of land use to create a space for implementing the North-South Expressway project in the 2021 to 2025 period. A report on the construction progress of Chương Road was put on table. It also considered a report on the legislature's ombudsman work in May and June, and a draft resolution on the supervision of legal documents issued by National Assembly agencies, among others. The first session of the 5th legislature is scheduled to last from October 20th to November 18th. During the session, 7 draft laws were expected to approve and 6 others will be scrutinized for the first time.
Jan Radadius, a member of the European Parliament, has highly valued Vietnam's role and status, as well as its relations with the EU and the Czech Republic, during a recent meeting with some Vietnamese ambassadors.
Talking to the Vietnamese ambassadors to the Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, and Belgium at the event in Mykolaiv town of the Czech Republic, Radadius said the European Parliament has passed a report on the Indo-Pacific strategy in the area of trade and investment, which highlights the situation in the Indo-Pacific region and stressed the importance of the EU's free trade agreements with partners in the region.
The European Union. There is no other country in ASEAN having that. It gives Vietnam advantage and it gives Vietnam a privileged position, and I very much hope that Vietnam will be able to use these opportunities for prosperity, stability and security of the country.
He also said he's impressed with Vietnam's economic development achievements, particularly the GDP growth of 7.72% in the second quarter and inflation kept under 3%. Radadius is also the vice chair of the European Parliament's Committee on International Trade.
After 4 years of the negotiations, on July 11th, a protocol on the phytosanitary requirements for the Vietnamese durians exported to China were signed, an important condition for Vietnamese durians to have a sustainable import market.
The protocol, signed by Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Lê Minh Hoan, will be sent to the General Administration of Customs of China and published on its portal, together with lists of eligible durian growing areas and packing facilities of Vietnam. The fruit will be allowed to officially be exported to China after the protocol is publicized. The protocol stipulates that all growing areas registered for export to China must build a quality management and traceability system, apply good agricultural practices, and ensure conditions such as cleaning the cultivating garden and away from the source of pollution, immediately removing the fallen and rotten fruits. In addition, they must apply an integrated pest management program, including pest surveillance, chemical or biological control, and other farming practices. China is still the largest importer of Vietnamese durian, but this fruit is mainly exported to China via border gates. Vietnam's 2021 durian output is estimated at 600,000 tons, or 15% year-on-year. The country now has about 50,000 to 60,000 hectares of durian growing for official export.
The number of unemployed people in Vietnam stood at nearly 1.1 million in the first half of 2022, down 47,600 year-on-year, according to the General Statistics Office.
There were about 410,300 people aged 15 to 24 without a job during the period, accounting for 36.8% of the total figure. The unemployment rate among persons of this age group living in urban areas was 9.21%, a year-on-year drop of 0.76 percentage point. The underemployed population was estimated at over 1.1 million, a year-on-year decrease of 30,200. The number of employed people aged 15 and above reached 15.3 million from January to June, up 417,000 from a year earlier. The figure included 18.6 million in urban areas, up 762,000. The employment of the second quarter went up both quarter-on-quarter and year-on-year, with a considerable rise reported in the service sector.
That's all for today. Thank you for being there with us and see you next time.